Date, June 9th, 1953. Location, Worcester, Massachusetts. Time, 4:25 p.m. The first tornado made contact with the ground in the Petersham area. Then it headed for Barrie. After Barrie, this is where the tornado started, just after 4:25, it headed for Barrie. The tornado became more intense with a broad path of destruction. Okay, and again, the width average, folks, 3/4 of a mile up to a mile wide in some places. And when it reached Chaffin Pond, that's when the tornado really started to get its intensity. The tornado hit Holden about 5:05 in the afternoon. It started to move southeast, then it moved east, and then it moved, when it moved through Holden, it moved across the area of West Boylston Street, Route 12, and that was about 3 to 4 miles north of downtown Worcester. And then at 5:18, it started to move into Shrewsbury. It was moving east, and then it started going back southeastward and across the Worcester Turnpike, Route 9 today. And then at 5:30, the tornado started to move in the Westboro area. And when the tornado started to move into Westboro and east of there, it went into Fayetteville at 5:40 p.m., and the tornado started to weaken as it moved closer to the southeastern corner of the Sudbury Reservoir, where the tornado track came to an end, right around Southborough, and that was at 5:45, 80 minutes later and 46 miles later. All right, the most deaths, injuries, and property damage occurred in the Holden, Worcester, Shrewsbury area. 94 lives were lost, along with total property damages of $53 million. The Fujita scale, as you can see here, starts with F0, and the intensities go F0, F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5. F0 being the lightest. Here in New England, most of the tornadoes we get, not all of them, but they're more common here in New England, the F0 and F1s. One main reason is in the spring and summer, folks, we get that cool east, northeast, southeast wind off the cool waters of the Atlantic Ocean. And remember, tornadoes have to form from severe thunderstorms. And when that cool onshore wind off the Atlantic Ocean here in New England weakens the thunderstorm cells, tornadoes have trouble forming. The Worcester tornado was an F5. In New England, most tornadoes develop in a north-south corridor east of the Green Mountains and Berkshires, well away from the ocean in western New Hampshire, central Massachusetts, and central Connecticut. Most tornadoes occur in the late afternoon or early evening because that's the hottest time of the day, 3 to 7 o'clock. And that's when you get your most severity with thunderstorms, which lead to tornado development. More recently, low-grade tornadoes have been reported in Exeter, New Hampshire, and Sutton, Massachusetts, causing injury and destruction on a smaller scale. Thanks for joining me for this look at the tornado and its rage. In the event of powerful storms this summer, I'll be right here live on the WNDS TV 50 studios here in Derry, New Hampshire, to report all the details as they happen. Good night.
Someday, when I get a big promotion, I'm going to use some of my money to do some good in this world. Someday, when the kids...
Someday. It's a wonderful thought. But for children,